everyone, and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I'm, of course, your host, Aaron, and yes, I do have a fresh shave, and it is also WWE Monday Night Raw, May 12th, 2025, taking place in Louisville, Kentucky at the KFC Yum Center. Alright, that was really dumb, but let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. So I'm going to tell you first and foremost, this Monday Night Raw was the best I've seen in quite some time because we had our boy CM Punk start off the show talking shit on Paul Heyman, calling Seth Rollins a Timo CM Punk, and the crowd was not really into the speech that CM Punk was giving, first and foremost. But once he started talking shit on everybody started getting involved and cheering and saying, CM Punk, CM Punk. He, of course, called out Paul Heyman, and here came that penguin-looking man walking down. He had his mic, and he stopped. And then the music played for Seth freaking Rollins. He came out with Braun Breaker, and he said, you know what, CM Punk? I hate you more than ever. And CM Punk said, listen, brah, all you got is a song. You suck. And then CM Punk kind of like went quiet as, Seth Rollins went through his whole spiel. And then he said something to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker went to the ring, and him and Seth Rollins beat the shit out of CM Punk. Out came Sami Zayn for the equalizer, and then they beat the shit out of Sami Zayn, and then came Jey Uso for a little bit of revenge, and everybody scattered once CM Punk came into the ring with a chair, and then Sami Zayn came in with a chair, and this is setting up for a match at Saturday Night Main Event, CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. I am pretty sure at the pay-per-view we are going to be introduced to the third person in their faction. I'm sure they're going to have a third because it's got to be Sami and Jey and CM Punk versus Rollins, Braun Breaker, and somebody else eventually. Moving right along, we had our first match, which was Penta versus Chad Gable. This match was on point. Both of these competitors are fantastic technical wrestlers. Of course, Penta is very good at the high-flying moves. Chad Gable tried to rip his mask off. You had the commentators going back and forth. Of course, Pat McAfee's back, no selling his match from Gunther over the weekend. And, Michael Cole saying that Chad Gable is El Grande Americano, and Pat McAfee saying he isn't. But the match was good, and it came down to a Mexican Destroyer. Penta got the win on Chad Gable. 1, 2, 3. Though it did look like Penta did hurt his arm, I'm going to give this match an up. That's right, it is getting an up. I don't know what happened next, but I do know there was a tag team match between American Made and the Viking Warriors, and I really did like this match. I'm sorry, it wasn't American. It is American Made, but it's the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers are fantastic. Julius and Brutus, they are strong as fuck. They were lifting up Ivar and what's the other dude? Eric. They got him in their super move where they put him on their shoulders and they do the bowling ball at the top rope. Dude, it was insane. Of course, you had New Day was out there talking shit. And I'm going to tell you something. They brought a lot of life into this match. You might say they didn't. I say they did. I was really into them on the commentary. You had Michael Cole and Pat McAfee bitching at them about cheating for the titles. Who gives a shit? It came down to that rolling ball thing, and I think Ivar, and they got the win. Good job, American Made. I'm going to give this match an oh, that's right. Surprise, surprise. You get an up. There was a thing in the back. Seth Rollins whispered something to Braun Breaker, and then Braun Breaker beat the shit out of Jey Uso later on in the night. Sami Zayn and CM Punk were like, oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? And, that was about it. The next match was Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I took a shower during that. I had work today, went to the gym, came home. I watched it all on my phone. And, I missed what happened, but I do know that Penta interfered. Penta did not interfere. The Judgment Day interfered in the match between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Penta came out to help AJ Styles. And, this match is going to get it down. It just doesn't sound too nice and delicious to me. And to be honest with you, next week we're going to see AJ Styles and Penta versus JD McDonough and Finn Balor. So that tag team match is going to be sick. They also announced that Roxanne Perez and Giulia are going to be in the main event against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. At first, I wasn't a big fan of that until I saw the match, and it looked like it was banging. There was a little video package that Cardi B is going to be the SummerSlam host and shit like that. Who gives a fuck about that? Do you? Do I? I don't think any of us really give a crap. All right, let me see what else is on here. Oh, Jey Uso came down, of course. He went into the ring, did his yeet, 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 called out Logan Paul, said, listen, dude, at Saturday Night Main Event, I'm going to beat your ass. Where are you, brah? And then what happened here? Oh, it looks like the ring general Gunther made his way to the ring. I missed that part. Was eating dinner, showering. Must have all happened at the same time. And it looks like they're going to have a match on June 9th. That was a text from my brother. He told me that. And let's see, that means that he's retaining the title at Saturday Night Main Event against Logan Paul, so they kind of ruined it. And I want to just give a quick shout out, and not a shout out, but a, what's it called? I don't know. I feel bad, not a feel bad. I'm going to say Sabu passed away in mourning. He was a great wrestler. He died very young, 60 years old. I thought he was 70. 60 years old. Insane. And by the way, there was like a little segment with Judgment Day earlier that Dominic Mysterio does not know anything about time zones. Don't know if anyone gives a shit about that. I didn't care. You probably didn't care. Becky Lynch came out and said Laura Valkyrie is a chump. What I did to her last week, she deserved. And every woman in the back was bitching about me not being here. And then when I come back, you guys are pissed off. I'm going for the title. She's yelling at the fans. She's basically doing like a John Cena, but in a Becky Lynch women's division mode. Now, I heard a lot of shit that it's going to be Becky Lynch and Bayley teaming up, and then eventually it's going to be Charlotte. New school versus old school, or the Four Horsemen, but we don't have no more Mercedes Moné in WWE, or I don't even remember her fucking name in WWE. Anyway, let's move on. After Becky, no one gave a shit. What else happened? Oh! Rusev video package, who gave a shit. He had Tozawa in the back, who wanted to fight Rusev. Sheamus walked in, and now next week he's going to have a match against Grayson Waller, because the week prior he had a match against Austin Theory. Bing, 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 I remembered. And if I missed anything else in the card, sorry about that, because we are trying to talk about the main event, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Julia and Roxanne Perez. Now, Roxanne Perez hasn't got a win since she beat Raquel Rodriguez for the Elimination Chamber match. I got that wrong last time when I said it was for the IC title. Sorry, folks. This match was actually really freaking good. A lot of back and forth, a lot of reversals, a lot of big moves, a lot of big spots, jumping off the top rope. Roxanne Perez is fantastic. She is fucking fantastic. It's a shame that she can't get a victory. Julia, I don't know why I call her Julia. It's because there's a G and not a J. But she's also really good. Rhea Ripley's a monster, insane power. They tried to keep her out of the match. Once she got tagged in by Io Sky, she ran rampant, knocked everybody down. They were doing double team moves. It was a freaking banger. Go ahead and watch it. Sheamus would give it a banger after banger after banger. In the end, what happened? Rhea Ripley hit the Riptide on Julia, got the 1, 2, 3. This match is getting it up. I just remembered I probably didn't give a lot of other matches an up or down. Oopsie daisies. But overall, I'm going to say this Monday Night Raw is going to have to get an up. That's right, it is getting an up. Surprise, surprise. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time when we bring more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.